We've got some breaking news right now because there is a wall that collapsed. They've got a leak. The fire department is out there trying to help them. Again, this is a neighborhood. This is Les Maisons neighborhood in South Shreveport. They've been fighting all day. We had Sherry out there earlier. You see her there right now. And Sherry, can you hear me?
Devin,
what's the latest there?
We have a situation where there's a breach in a house that we focused on in a story earlier tonight. You can see, Randy, if you'll focus back there on the house itself, there's a big sense of urgency because the leak is coming through. They've shored it up with sandbags for several days now. The fire department was here with about 500 bags to try to see if they can salvage this home and keep the water from just rushing in. The situation is so that, you know, the sandy bottom and the silt at the bottom of the Red River, well, that shifts. So you can have bags there, you can have reinforcement, like they have boards reinforced on that house, which was under construction before all this started. But that's not enough with all the changes that happen, and that's why residents have to monitor their homes with the pumps and with the sandbags 24 hours a day. It's an exhausting situation. So several crews with the Shreveport Fire Department working tirelessly. They earlier tonight waded out there across what is now the river to assess the situation.
This is what's critical right here.
Yeah, and critical because I see a lot of clouds here, and I know that you've heard thunder.
Yeah, well, we're trying to watch that. We're trying to watch the radar. The rain, if it comes down, what we're concerned about is lightning. The rain, I don't think it's going to matter too much, but we're just trying to get the pressure off these walls so the breach, if there is a further breach, that we can try to contain it.
Yeah, lightning especially a concern because a number of your crews are directly in the water, as well as several of these residents here and their volunteers. Chief, thank you. There is a sense of urgency both because of the weather, because the breach, because one wall coming down can devastate the entire house. So I guess the crews here are going to finish. They've unloaded all these sandbags now. They do have another 100 coming from the Monty Street location that they went to pick up. So then they'll take them and shore up that wall. They did get help from these neighbors behind me. They used their reserve bags in an emergency situation to try to stop that leak. So I imagine they'll try to replenish their reserve because they've got a long night ahead of them here as well. Earlier today, Shreveport Fire Department came out here to wade across the waters to a home that we can't see behind us. But they unfortunately were not successful in keeping water out of that home.
Oh, okay.
What happened was exactly what they're trying to prevent happening right now, and that is that the silt underneath just shifts, and unless you have some kind of plastic or reinforcement under these sandbags, well, the water's just going to go right underneath. Earlier today, resident Tom Siskron told me that the water was seeping in under his porch and getting to his house, and he was desperately searching some kind of 300 more sandbags are being unloaded right now, and that's what you can see there. But he was desperately searching any kind of technological knowledge of someone who could detect leaks, you know, with any kind of color dye or what have you, leaks from water, so that he could do something to determine where the leaks might be coming from. Chief Guastella, and he is assessing a situation right now, so we'll just listen in.
Okay.
We probably only need 2 boatloads. We'll be able to reuse what we've got here. We're going to send us 2 boatloads, so they'll be here in case we need them.
We got one more coming. We'll send you the last one, and you just let us know what you need.
Copy that.
So they're saying they've got one more boatload coming.
Copy. Yeah, they need 2 more boatloads. They're able to rebuild what was there, and in doing so, they were able to use what was there. They're just going to add to probably the width on the inside to make it a little more stable. The wider it gets, the better it is. So,
does it look like it's going to hold?
Obviously, they said they got the pumps in place. They're pumping out the water that's come in there. They found out where the breach was coming from, and as you heard, they need 2 more boatloads, and here's the second boatload coming right here.